Man gets the best Christmas gift after 75 years in an unbelievable twist. We all wait for Christmas to get gifts from Santa. But this Christmas was different for 75-year-old Dixon Hanshaw, though he didn't get a gift from Santa but rather life had an unexpected surprise for him. Dixon Hanshaw was adopted when he was a baby in Buffalo, New York and was brought up in Elmira. For most of his life Dixon thought that he was an only child, but decades later he came across a surprising news which turned his life up and down in happiness. Dixon was adopted in 1949 when he was just 3 months old. He had a happy childhood and he also mentioned that his parents were honest about his adoption. Dixon was happy with his family but he always wanted to know about his biological parents, but the New York State had sealed the pre-adoption birth certificates. It was merely impossible to find out about his biological parents. But as they say, if your intentions are pure, even God helps you. There was light of hope. It all happened in 2020 when original birth certificates were unsealed for adopted New Yorkers following the passing of the law in 2019. Later in 2024 Hanshaw received his original birth certificate. Upon receiving his certificate he learned the name of his biological father, which was Robert Bud Roaming. He was anticipated in finding the smallest of the clue of his biological parents. Hanshaw recalls of searching his father's name on the internet when he received the certificate. When he Googled, the first thing that popped up was an obituary written for his father. Upon seeing the obituary, Hanshaw wasn't just stunned with the fact that he exactly looked like his father. But he was immediately stunned on knowing that he had many brothers and sisters whose names were mentioned in the obituary. Hanshaw recalls of having tears in his eyes and a big smile. Hanshaw mentioned that he never knew why he was put up for adoption, but he surely knew that his father was a graduate student in Cornell University's physics department. His mom was the secretary of the department. Hanshaw did his research and found out that his biological mother did not have any more children, but he was intrigued on knowing his father had any more children or not. It's because following Hanshaw's birth, his father settled down in Rochester with a woman who had 3 sons of her own. His father had adopted 3 of those boys too. The couple had 5 children, 4 boys and a girl. On researching more, he somehow found out one of the sons' number, Gary Roaming. The reason why Dixon thought of connecting with Gary was because even Gary was an adopted child and that he would be empathetic towards Dixon's situation. Dixon was also hesitating whether to go ahead or not, as he feared rejection and discomfort with thoughts of, what if they won't be happy with this news of me being around. He didn't wanted to force himself on people. But that one phone call changed Dixon's life forever. It was a regular afternoon when Gary was having his lunch when he got a call from an unknown number. Gary recalls the incident and said, "I received a phone call from an unfamiliar number. Normally, I don't pick up calls from numbers I don't recognize. Yet, for some reason, this time I decided to answer, and from the other end I heard someone saying, 'Hi, my name is Dixon. Are you Gary Roaming?' I said, 'Yes, I am.' He goes out screaming in joy saying, 'Gary, I'm your brother,' and I was completely confused and said, 'What?' Initially I thought it was prank and was about to cut the call. But Dixon went on to send a photo of himself to Gary, and Gary immediately recognized his stepfather's face. I was stunned seeing the photo, as it completely resembled Dad. Gary wasted no time and sent the photo to all his siblings saying it is Dad's photo and kept the suspense. Finally, after 3 hours, Gary revealed the suspense saying, 'It's our brother.' The whole family was filled with joyful surprise. On December 28, Dixon met his family at Rochester Airport. He was greeted by his 2 half-brothers, Gary and Jeff, and his half-sister Wendy Gell. The reunion at baggage claim was unforgettable, feeling like Christmas morning. Wendy said it was a special moment because Dixon was so emotional and excited, amazed that they were welcoming him into the family. He was no longer just meeting a few siblings, he was joining a whole new family. Hanshaw met 52 new family members, all excited to connect with him. "I'm not wasting time with this new family. I'm so happy," he said, teary-eyed. The family now has a group chat and is planning a camping trip this summer. After years of wandering, I finally feel complete. He mentions,